Right then, it's just a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda Civic 2.2 EX GT. This car's covered just 54,000 miles. Let's go around the car for you. Very, very nice car. Finished in black with full black leather interior. Obviously EX GT, so it gets the glass panoramic roof as standard. But a very nice vehicle. All the lights and lenses are completely intact. Very clean on the front. You get front and rear parking sensors on the EX GT models. Bonnet is very clean, just the odd very light stone chip on there. Sun doesn't really do us any favours, unfortunately. Bright sunshine directly on there when I'm trying to do these videos, but there we go. And then come down the near side of the vehicle first. Completely clean in the panel work there, can't see any obvious indentations there at all. Front wing very, very clean. Front bumper corner very clean. And front near side alloy very good, just the tiniest little bit of curbing right on the outside edge that you can see there, but very, very minor. And then the remaining panel work down the side, as I said, very clean and tidy. Obviously, being a black car, there will be the odd very light mark. I don't machine polish them or buff them or do anything daft like that, so anything that's light on there will probably just polish straight off, but there's hardly anything that, of any note at all. So I just go back to the rear near side alloy, which to all intents and purposes is completely unmarked. It's just been shot, but there we go. Just come around the back of the car. Again, very, very, very clean and tidy. Very few marks, if anything, on there at all. And then come down the off side of the vehicle. Again, really, really clean in the panel work. Side alloy pretty much unmarked, and then the remainder of the panel work again is exceptionally clean. Front wing and front bumper corner again absolutely clean as a whistle, and this front offside alloy very good. The only mark on these alloys of any note, and I've not touched it on anything, is just there. It's obviously caught something on that one particular spoke, but essentially we're looking at a car that's now 6 years old, which is in very, very nice condition. Let's come into the boot area now. As you probably already know, absolutely huge boots on these Civics. They're absolutely massive. Very nicely finished in here. With a little power outlet, all the inflation kit is there and present. And for those who don't know, and I'm sure you do get this little hidden recess down here. Even deeper in these later models. Give it a pull back, drop it down, and it just sinks down into the floor there. Let's go into the back of the car now. Rear door card. All the door cards are in beautiful condition. You can see here, this is with the seats in their vertical position, which forms part of what they call these magic seats. It's just a simply brilliant design. Worth pointing out, by the way, there is a full set of brand new Honda mats, which have been supplied by the dealer, which will be going into this vehicle when they arrive in a day or so's time. But the carpets that are in there are in fantastic condition. Just drop seats down, literally pull the lever up. Pardon me, nearly fell over. Drop it down there. And then exactly the same on that one there. And it's just back from Honda. It's all beautifully engineered. And the leatherwork itself is in absolutely fantastic condition. So, front passenger door card, again, very, very, very clean and tidy. But it's in beautiful, beautiful condition in here. Front passenger seat, again, just hardly looks as though it's had any great use at all, in all honesty. It's in really wonderful condition. Driver's side door card and all the switch bank there, again, just really beautifully presented. Very, very clean. And then driver's seat. On these EX GTs, you get extra adjustment there for the lumbar and side pad. This can be sort of press a button, they'll just fold in to give you extra support on your back. But again, in absolutely fantastic condition. So sat inside the car now, just to pan around the dashboard. But it looks pretty much as new, in all honesty. It's in beautiful condition. See there, sat nav working absolutely perfectly. Pop it into reverse there. Got this lovely clear parking camera. and then below that you've got a dual zone climate control system and your heated seat buttons there as well, all working absolutely beautifully. But it's all just been kept really, really nicely. All the little recesses all been kept really beautifully. And then if I can just go down that snagging the wire, hopefully you can see that there. 54,189 miles. As I said before, there's absolutely no warning lights on the dashboard at all. It is a fabulous looking dashboard, all working absolutely beautifully. Just quickly show you, finally, the car does come complete with its full owner's manual pack for the car and navigation, plus very importantly, lock and wheel nut key is here and present with the car. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic, and it's the 2.2 EX GT top of the range car. This particular vehicle is registered HF12LWY, and mileage at the start of the road test is 54,184 miles. The reason we do the road tests, as I say in all of the videos, very simply, we just want customers who are interested in our cars to actually see the cars in operation, and it's the very car that's in the advert. You know, we know what it's like when you see a car on the internet or advertised and it looks perfectly good in the photos, and then when you get there only to find out it's got an obvious fault which you clearly should have been told about. You know, it's a complete waste of your time, and you know, we've been on the receiving end ourselves, so that's why we do it, just so you can have a look at the car in operation. It's also done on the same very quiet country roads, very close to our premises, so hopefully it'll be representative of, you know, what you'd feel yourself if you came and saw the car and were offered a test drive. The car itself, clearly it's been beautifully looked after by Honda throughout its life. All the services done by the Honda main dealers, and it feels like it straight away. It's, you know, incredibly tight, taut, feels pretty much as new to drive, in all honesty. Engine starts absolutely instantly, and it's a brilliant engine. It really, really is. Smooth idle, even idle, very willing to rev, very smooth on the pickup, really gutsy as well. It's got loads of low down grunt, but you know, put your foot down and it just pulls, but it's got a very smooth delivery. Yeah, I've always preferred these, just for personally, to the 1.6s. It's slightly more relaxing to drive me. You have to work the 1.6s, as great an engine as it is, just a little bit harder, especially with more people on board. But you know, both engines are brilliant, in all honesty. I'm splitting hairs, as I tend to do. Looking at the dashboard here, engine's been running for some time, temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car. No warning lights on the vehicle at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car, very smooth in operation. Bike point is exactly where it should be as well. Clutch pedal in or out, there's no change in engine, no vibrations, nothing at all. It's absolutely perfect. Likewise, gearbox in the car, which has always been a Honda strong point, and this is no different to any other. Lovely slick gear change, absolutely brilliant synchro mesh on them, just a lovely positive action when it engages. It's, you know, it just feels what it is, which is a beautifully engineered gearbox, and the linkage that goes to it via the cable obviously is just beautifully set up, and as with the rest of it, it just exhibits no wear at all. It just feels absolutely as tight as a drum. So in terms of the powertrain of the vehicle, all is exactly as you'd expect and hope it to be. Steering of the car, very precise power steering setup. Tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all at this or any speed up to the legal limit, the speed at which I'm allowed to drive. But it's just such a lovely, precise power steering system. Minimal effort required, but it's positive, and again, I can't feel any kind of slack or wear in it at all. Same goes with the suspension of the vehicle, just again, no obvious wear in it. Normally what I'm looking for on road tests is just any kind of sort of clonks or thumps from underneath the vehicle, given the fact that it's literally just come back from an MOT test station with absolutely no advisories. Comes as no surprise because it drives beautifully without any kind of feeling of wear. The suspension of the vehicle is brilliantly done as well. You know, I think the last generation Civic was a wonderful car. I think it was probably overly or harshly criticised for its ride, but if there were any criticisms, this kind of answers it, because the ride quality is exceptionally good, whereas the last Civic was very direct, very quick to change direction, very, you know, it's just a very dynamic car. I love them. What it struggled with more was just handling the kind of the sharper ridges on the roads, you know, potholes and that kind of thing, or changing road surface. These are brilliant. It's very smooth, beautifully damped, just fantastically well done. The brakes on the car, lovely solid brake pedal on there, really powerful brakes on the car. Again, can't feel any pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all, which again suggests things are all in fine order. Looking around inside the car, it's in absolutely fantastic condition, as you'll know from the walk around video. I love the interiors of these vehicles, always have done, always will. I mean, they're beautifully made cars, of course, made out some very fine materials. They've sort of upped the material quality a notch from the last generation as well, but everything's working beautifully on it. You can see the sat nav there functioning perfectly, air conditioning, and it's a lovely warm day. It's pumping out absolutely ice cold air, but it's just the quality of the layout, switch gears, very high quality indeed. And then my favourite part, this dashboard in front, which has got all the main information nice and high up, notably the speedo, which is directly in front of my eyes, so I'm looking at the back end of the Mercedes in front, and at the corner of my eye I can clearly see the speed I'm doing, so you don't have to take your eyes off the road for a second. Then to the left of that, you've got your information display system, which in the past was mounted further down in the dashboard, so they've put it in a much more visible position on these cars. And everything's working absolutely perfectly. The pixelation on everything's absolutely spot on. But it's just a joy to sit behind. It really is a fantastic dashboard. You know, it's kind of futuristic, but it's also conventional in other ways as well. I think they've just hit the nail on the head with it. I really do. All the main switch gear, auto lights, auto wipers, you know, the multifunction steering wheel, all the functions working exactly as they should. But as I said at the start of the video, the whole point of the video is to pick up on any issues, whether they be, you know, obvious and big ones or even the small ones. But there's nothing on this. Drives absolutely beautifully. Obviously, if I've missed anything on the video, don't hesitate. Do please give us a call, and I'll happily answer any questions you might have.